This isn't a fun video. This isn't a video that I particularly wanted to make, but, you know, you do what you do. So, first off, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Condolences to his family. Prayers for the repose of his soul. Charlie wasn't somebody who was particularly significant to me as far as my political foundations and formulations. I was fairly conservative before Charlie Kirk really started gaining a lot of attention. It is what it is. That being said, I recognize Charlie Kirk as somebody who loved this country, who believed in democracy, who believed that what we do is we set aside our weapons, we go out and we talk to each other, and we try to convince each other. And at the end of the day, it's decided at a ballot box. It's not decided at the business end of a gun. And that's what he did with his life. He dedicated his adult life to going out, to raising awareness, to debating, to asking people, tell me what you think and let me tell you why I think I have better ideas. And for that, somebody shot him. Now, only one person shot Charlie Kirk. But for years, people have been calling for violence against Charlie. And in the wake of his death, people have celebrated. People have cheered. And a lot of people have said, well, it's tragic, but he kind of had it coming. Now, I thought we didn't blame victims. I thought that was something we didn't do anymore. This idea that political violence is going to stop the slide into fascism is one of the most asinine, ahistorical takes I have ever heard. Political violence does not stop the slide into fascism, because political violence is in many ways the fire in which fascism is forged, especially left political violence. Because the vast majority of people aren't really passionate about politics. I know that's a shocking revelation for many people. But, if you are somebody who loves politics, then, you have no problem talking about politics, and you find people who enjoy talking about politics. And, a lot of your friend groups, or a lot of people in your friend group, probably enjoy talking about politics. So it's very easy for you to think, based on the availability heuristic, that everybody in the world, or at least in your nation, is consumed by politics. But that's just not true. What the vast majority of people care about is the idea that they can go out there, get a job, provide for their family, provide a nice life, leave something behind for their children, and that they can do so in safety and stability, relative safety and stability. Okay? That's true of 21st century Americans. It was true of 20th century Germans. It was true of 20th century Italians. It was true of 20th century Portuguese. It was true of 20th century Spaniards. It was true of 20th century Hungarians. It was true of 20th century Chileans. And then, oftentimes, in the wake of inflation, instability, a weak central government, leftist movements started popping up. And with them came political violence in order to advance their way. Now, I am not going to say that a lot of the people that participated are necessarily evil. I believe that a lot of people that go out and die in these causes and fight in these causes 100% believe that they are doing what they're doing for the common man, so that they can have those things, so that they can have stability, so that they can have some measure of prosperity and comfort. I 100% will grant you that. But in the countries that I mentioned, go back and check the history. Leftist movements were on the rise and were using riots, strikes, and political violence to advance their agendas and to get change and revolution. And the vast majority of people did not want it. What they wanted was safety and security. And when somebody rose up and said, enough, we are going to take back our country, we are going to get rid of these communist, Marxist, Bolsheviks, whatever the language is, socialists, and we are going to restore our nation. We are going to bring about a better way of life for our people, and we are going to do it by starting with violence and getting rid of these violent revolutionaries. And what happened? Fascist regimes rose. You fucking idiots. Leftist violence did not stop it. Leftist violence made it desirable to enough people that they didn't resist. So, every person that says at least something along the lines of, he kind of had it coming, what you're telling the people around you that aren't passionately political and in agreement with you is somebody needs to do something about this, because this is getting out of hand. We saw a 31-year-old American gunned down because he dared to try to convince other people of his political positions. And a lot of people on the left, not even going to say most of them, and I've seen a lot of my friends on the left come out and say, we cannot say things like this. We cannot celebrate in the death. This is intolerable. I have seen people that are, famous celebrity leftists come out and decry the violence and say this is unacceptable. That's a different video. But there's enough people out there talking about how a good thing was done, how the nation got a little bit better because one of its citizens was shot for believing in the democratic process of convincing other people of your ideas and of your stances. And every normie that reads those things is coming to the realization something has to happen. Something has to be done to stop this, because we cannot have U.S. citizens being killed for opening their mouths. You are building the fucking fire that will burn your house down.